Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people find extremely seductive about you. So, if you're not over the age of 18, I don't suggest you watch this reading. This is going to be a reading with some explicit messages, so just be aware of that. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have Amethyst. And we have the card Sacred Lust. And for pile number 2, we have Strawberry Obsidian. And we have the card Liberation. And for pile number 3, we have Howlite. And we have the card Soul Forgiveness. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this Amethyst crystal and the Sacred Lust card, this reading is for you. This is card number 26. We're doing a reading on what people find extremely seductive about you. So if you're not over the age of 18, I don't suggest you watch this reading because this may include some explicit messages in this reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm first going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards, 2 of each oracle deck we have. I have 3 prepared for this reading, and then after that we'll have some small tarot cards on the side as oracle cards. I'll see what I can see about the information from the oracle cards, and then after that I will pull tarot cards for you. So spirit guides of my pile number ones, what people find extremely seductive about my pile number ones. We have Speak Up, card number 33. And then at the back of the deck we have Truth. So I don't know if I mentioned this is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. Now we're going to use the messages from Mermaid's Oracle deck. So spirit guides of my pile number ones, what people find extremely seductive about my pile ones. We have Inner Knowing. It's interesting because in the first video I did today, this card came out as well in pile 1, if you watch that, as well as this card Light. So that's an interesting synchronicity. And then at the back of the deck we have Innocence. And then you know what I'm actually going to use? I didn't know what the third oracle deck I was going to use was yet. Spirit is guiding me to use the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Okay, so spirit guides of my pile ones, may I please look into what people find extremely seductive about my pile number ones. We have Meditate, card number 35. We have card number 1 with Abundance Planning. So I know it's a little bit like when you see this deck, you'll not know why I'm using it, but I'm just gonna trust Spirit. Because this is a deck all about self-care, and sometimes I can use the images and kind of just channel directly from that without thinking too much about the words on the cards. At the back of the deck, we have Sweet Treat. So, I'm feeling a very sacral chakra energy from you, my pile number ones, and I feel like you are in some sense a walking contradiction because we had that innocence card at the back of that mermaid oracle deck, and you have this innocence to you, this cuteness to you, a type of innocent look to you, yet at the same time you have an extremely seductive side to you too. And I think that cuteness and that innocence is like sweet, and it can be seen as very cute to by others, but then you also have this very seductive side to you too that I feel like you don't maybe show to the whole world, but to those that make you feel comfortable. Because I feel like there's this sense of you embodying pleasure. That's what I feel from you, the embodiment of pleasure and that sacral chakra energy of sensuality, of, flow through emotions, of feeling confidence within ourselves, being courageous to show our true authentic selves to the world and to be seen. And I feel like when you are in that essence, people find that extremely seductive and extremely sexy. When you just own your confidence, when you own your power, when you stand up tall and you know your worth, and when you find pleasure in every moment, in the little moments is what I feel here. Whether it be, just waking up in the morning and feeling grateful that, you're alive, or whether it be, going out with friends and laughing and enjoying the moment, or that kind of energy is like what I feel from you when you're happy, when you're joyous, when you're feeling the pleasure of each moment is when people find it's extremely seductive, because something about your laughter, something about your smile, something about you just feeling good makes you glow even more, makes you full of light even more, makes you even more attractive and magnetic. And it's kind of like when you are knowing your worth, when you're standing in your power and you are truly, authentically being you in the world and owning that, owning your confidence. It's like people would literally even want to worship you because these men look like they're worshiping her. And she's literally a goddess. So some of you have goddess, god energy. And of course, we're using a goddess oracle deck, but there are some queens in here. There are also high priestesses in here. There's many different women in this oracle deck. So, yes, and when you are speaking, something about your voice, something about the words you use, or the tone of your voice, or the sound of your voice, something about that is seductive to, like, people love to listen to your voice, and I guess they just can't get enough of that, especially when you're speaking your truth. There's something also about you that is kind of feisty, like when you speak your truth. I guess people kind of find that sexy because it's like, don't talk to me like that. Like that type of energy of you just speaking up for yourself is sexy to others. I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing it. And I also feel like your intelligence shows through, like when you speak, and then people are also very attracted to your intelligence because I'm looking at the abundance planning card and she's writing in a book. Some of you could love to read, some of you could love to write, or some of you could just be very intelligent with the way you use words, and people could see that and feel very attracted to your intelligence, to your mind, and to the way you plan things, to your stability, to your independence, because she's planning her abundance here. She's planning her life. She's keeping track of everything she needs to do here in this card. So I feel like you could be really independent people, and I guess that too people find extremely sexy because it's like you're taking care of you. Like, I'm hearing I got this. So I love that. And I'm looking at her nails. Some of you have beautiful, gorgeous nails, or people like to look at your nails if you wear nail polish, or even if you have natural nails or you do acrylic nails, something about your nails and your hands, and as well as your body and your smile and your voice. I'm looking at the meditate card, and I'm loving that there are spirals coming out of her mind or going into her mind. I feel like since you chose the amethyst crystal, some of you could be very connected to spirit, to the higher realms. And it's like when you are in that mode of being your authentic self and showing that spiritual side of you to others, something about that is sexy too and seductive too, because it's like people kind of just like that you trust your intuition, like that your vibe is so full of light and so full of love and they can feel it. I feel like your vibe is pretty calm and serene because I'm even looking at the water here. It reminds me of a flow. So this is what people find seductive about you. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards on the side and see what else we can pick up on. By the way, if some of you like to bake or love food or just love to enjoy the pleasure of each moment, like in terms of your five senses, people find that seductive too. For example, let's say you are going out to eat with a person and like I'm hearing someone go, and they find that sexy. I don't know why. Or like you maybe have perfume on, I'm seeing, and then people smell you, and something about, connecting to the five senses is pleasurable to them and to you, and like smelling you could smell good and it just makes them feel good on the inside. Or, if you have, a beautiful sight to look at, like I'm seeing someone wear lip gloss or someone just look really good and feel really good, and then another person looks at you and they like looking at you, they're using their sight. Or if someone touches you and your skin feels very soft, or you kind of that energy of like the five senses. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm seeing here. And I feel like your throat chakra is opening up, my pile ones, which is really good because I feel it opening up. I feel you becoming more confident in yourself to allow yourself to speak up for yourself. And I definitely feel sacral chakra healing too in this pile. I don't know, your spirit guides are really funny, but I don't know if I want to say this. Okay, this is not me saying it, this is just me channeling the message. Uh Spirit is showing me a mermaid, chop up seaweed and smoke a big joint. So I don't know what that is about. I don't know if one of you are watching this and do smoke, and maybe people find that sexy. So spirit guides of my pile number ones, may I please look into what people find seductive, what people find extremely seductive about pile one. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh no, it's not reverse. My tarot deck is actually upside down. Also, I don't know if some of you are like, this is just a specific message for like very few of you I'm hearing. Not all of you are going to resonate with this, so only take what resonates. People are really like to look at your body, but then also I'm seeing like maybe some of you are polyamorous or something like that, like you don't mind being with many people at once and Like maybe another person that is also polyamorous may find that sexy. I don't know. We have the Ace of Swords. So like I said, your intelligence, your mind. But I also feel like you speak with your intuition and somehow you just know the right things to say. I feel like some of you are very witty, and that could be seen as seductive too, because it's like you somehow just know the right things to say back to people. That sounds really good, like good comebacks, and not just like in terms of like debates and things like that. I'm talking about like, if someone says something really flirtatious to you, in certain situations, I'm looking at it as me and like maybe I wouldn't know what to say, but then Spirit is showing me you, and somehow you just know the right thing to say back to that person that is really like feisty and or that is really like sexy or really flirtatious or something like that. We have the star card, so you shine really brightly, my pile number ones. You're like a star that shines bright, and I guess people find that seductive too. I'm also hearing you are quite glamorous. I'm seeing the scene of Regina George from Mean Girls when she's in her car and Katie is like, Regina's like the Barbie doll everyone wants but never had. And I don't know, like, Spirit is showing me this weekend, I kind of let my boyfriend dress me up. And I'm like, I'm your Barbie girl, you can dress me up. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing that now, like me, part of my memory in this reading. Um, I don't know, like maybe you have like a model-like appearance, or maybe you just have a really good looking appearance to you where it's kind of like people that like fashion or people that like, to dress up. It's like, in those movies when someone becomes your friend and they're like, let's have a makeover or something like that. It's kind of like people like the way you look and then they're like, I'd love to dress you up or I'd love to, do your makeup or do this. Like, I'm picking up on more friendships now and then they're like, ooh, you're so sexy, like hype you up kind of vibe. That's what I feel there. And then we have the Hermit. So I'm definitely feeling that vibe of books. Here we see a bookshelf. Virgo energy or earth sign energy for some of you. Some of you are Leos. Well, the signs don't matter. I don't like to point out signs too much. I feel like you have this intelligence, this hidden wisdom, this hidden knowledge that when people get to know you, Spirit is showing me, in those movies, when they are investigating something or they are in a house and this house is full of mystery and there's secret doorways and there's bookshelves that just open up to other doorways. It's kind of like people see your mind like that, where maybe they don't expect it and there is some kind of mystery here where people just want to get to know your mind more and they find that very sexy, like the mystery behind it. And the Hermit is like you maybe being someone that knows how to look within and find the answers within yourself. It's like you have a lot of inner wisdom. Maybe even self-awareness that people find sexy. That consciousness. And if you are someone a little bit more introverted, people could also find that sexy too. So, what people find extremely seductive about my pile number ones? We have the Seven of Pentacles. I also feel like you are a hard worker and you put in a lot of effort towards the things you want and the people you want to invite into your life. You put in a lot of effort towards and towards yourself too, towards your own growth and your progress. And I guess that too is extremely seductive. So now let's pull some tarot cards, but I'm also looking at this lucky cat here. Some of you could be seen as very lucky too. That is seductive. I don't know why, but something about that. So for some reason, I'm drawn to using this tarot deck with pomegranates at the back. And it does relate to sacral chakra energies because, like I said, food relates to the five senses. And, when we think of the root chakra and the sacral chakra, it is about physically feeling something or tasting something or seeing something. Like something about that sticks out to me, like in your energy, and is seen as seductive. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that vibe you have of like really finding the pleasure in each moment. So I feel like I'm seeing some of you really like nature or really like to go on hikes or walks on the beach or in nature. Something like that. People find that seductive too. Like just the fact that you love nature. So what is extremely seductive about my pile number ones? We have the Tower. We have the World. We have the Justice card. You know what's really interesting? In this Justice card, we see them putting their hands up, and in the background of that Speak Up card, we see it too. Why does this card not want to stay? Here we see it too. So you could be someone that stands up for others, that stands up for people's rights, and you really believe in that, and you really believe in justice and, being truthful, being honest, remaining in your integrity, and having that type of community with others, with the world. And that could be seen as so sexy and seductive. The fact that you care so deeply for even strangers is a beautiful thing. You have a very empowering energy, my pal number one, because this the Tower card is usually a scary card, but this is a pretty empowering card because she's kicking over the tower to get this crown. And I feel like you have that very determined energy, even in difficult circumstances, because the Tower is not an easy card. It's a card of difficulty, of chaos, of destruction. But through those moments in time, you find your power. You find that empowered energy within yourself to move through it, and that too is seductive. We have the Sun card. We have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is all about pleasure. So when you're really finding pleasure in each moment is when you have that seductive energy, and when you're finding joy in each moment with the Sun card. I also feel like your positivity, your light shines brightly to the world and is seen by others. And with the Four of Wands, we see, a woman creating art. So some of you could be artistic too. I'm seeing tattoos on her too. Some of you, like, people find her tattoos sexy. We have the Hierophant. So you have a key to some kind of wisdom or knowledge within yourself that you maybe share with others. And we have the Ace of Swords. So here we see writing. Some of you are amazing writers, or you're really good with your words, and that is sexy. We have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands to me gives me the vibe of physical seductiveness, like people looking at you and undressing you with their eyes. We have the Temperance card. We have the Queen of Swords, so your voice coming up again and the way you speak, your mind. And then we have the Page of Cups. And also, like, that playful innocence is coming up again. That ability to just see the positive side of things, or you know that quote of like, you can see a glass half empty or half full. I feel like you see it half full. Do you get what I mean? And that too is seductive. I'm hearing what is dreamy about you is your ability to alchemize, heal, and transmute energies. Some of you are energy healers, or you have healed yourself in some way. And then we have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Queen of Wands ending off your reading. So with this energy here, I feel the last message Spirit has for you is there are many, many things that make you seductive. But I think it's about seeing that yourself. With the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands embodies confidence in herself. She embodies that courageousness to be herself in the world. And embody that energy of like, oh, if you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, that's cool because I like me. And embodying that essence is going to make all these reasons show, is what I feel here. Because the energy is much different where you like you and you are happy with you. And then that, you know, just attracts people in. It attracts the energies you do want. But then when we're too focused on, you know, getting other people to like us, is when we are, I wouldn't say not in the right energy, but we're focusing on the wrong thing. Do you get what I mean? And I'm seeing the message here of where energy goes, energy flows, something like that. Also, last message, I see someone here being like that type of person that, like, you know, this is going to sound contradictory because I saw one of you or few of you being polyamorous, but I see one of you here being very, you know, like jealous and possessive over your partner or over the people you date. And it's like, if you want me, you only have to want me, like that type of energy. And that too is seen as seductive. So I'm going to leave your reading here on my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose the Strawberry Obsidian Crystal and the Liberation card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people find extremely seductive about you. So please be aware this reading may include some explicit messages. If you're not over the age of 18, I don't suggest you watch this reading. You chose card number 37 here, and this is a Queen card. So I'm first going to go ahead and pull 2 oracle cards of each oracle deck I'm using. I'm using 3 today, and then I'm going to pull tarot cards on the side, and then after that I'm going to pull actual tarot cards, but please only take what resonates and leave the rest, as this is a general reading. So we're starting off with the oracle deck that was used in the intro. So Spirit Guides of pile 2. What is extremely seductive about my pile 2s? What do people find extremely seductive about my pile 2s? We have the card 34, Truth. And you know, this card kind of gives me a vibe of like a volcano in the background. So you could be like a volcano and be really seen as hot, or yeah, like if we think about sexual things, you know, a man kind of like erupts. I guess maybe you're seen as so hot or so sexy, you make people kind of want to erupt. I don't know if that sounds weird, but it's what I'm seeing. At the back of the deck, we have celestial alignment. So some of you could have a really ethereal or heavenly look to you that is seen as seductive. It's like my angel that has just fell from heaven kind of vibe, or you could be seen as really celestial or ethereal in some way, like you're not completely from here, and it kind of just gives that vibe like we're in another place. We're no longer on Earth, we're in another realm. Do you get what I mean? And I definitely feel you have that celestial or ethereal energy. And I'm looking at her, and she's kind of just has her dress open here and she's smiling, you know, her heart is shining out. So I feel like your heart could also be seen as beautiful and full of love, and you know, you could also be a really colorful person with this rainbow here and this energy of like you just showing yourself confidently to people and coming across as if you really own that seductive energy you have. So with the truth card, I feel like we're seeing a mirror of her in this river, a reflection of her. So I feel like you somehow show people a reflection of themselves. I feel like some of you are empaths. You're very empathic. You can feel energies. You can feel everything is what I feel. Or you can pick up on people's intentions, things like that, and you somehow mirror back to people maybe qualities in themselves and show them the truth of themselves. And that too could be seen as sexy or seductive, because it's like, you know, sometimes empaths don't mean to do it, but sometimes it just happens. It's like we're kind of like a mirror to people, and then maybe they see a quality within you that is within them too, that they can find inspiration from you. So when I talk about people finding you seductive, I'm not just talking about people that are attracted to you. This could also be people finding you seductive and being inspired by certain traits you have, not realizing that you're maybe mirroring something back to them that they have within themselves that they're yet to realize. Do you get what I mean? Because when we see something we like in another, usually we have that quality within us we are yet to see. But also with the truth card, it speaks about living authentically to us, speaking our truth, being our truth in the world, mirroring to the world what is true to us. And that could be seen as very seductive, because it's like you're not afraid to be yourself in the world. You have this very freeing energy to you where you just show yourself freely, and I think that too is just sexy, like not giving a F what people think. Because then you liberate yourself of other people's opinions and thoughts. And you just allow yourself to be free in the world and be yourself. And I think that's what matters. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards. So spirit guides on my pile number 2s. May I please look into what people find extremely seductive about them? We have re-energize. We have feelings. And then at the back of the deck, we have decisions. So some of you, it's in the way that you make certain decisions in your life that can be seen as seductive, because it's like, whoa, like that kind of just sexy energy of like you make really good decisions in your own life. I'm hearing that song, God is Sexy Nasty by, I think it's Mac Miller. And that is his Divine Feminine album. So you could have a lot of Divine Feminine energies regardless of your gender. Yeah, like if you listen to his album, it is such a beautiful album. It's so divine. And he literally wrote it for Ariana Grande. And yeah, I guess what happened between them, we're not talking about that. But the fact that he wrote it for her out of his feelings, maybe relates to this card, like how you give to others. And you may be that type of person that is so sweet to those you love. You like give to them from such a big place in your heart that is so sweet, and it's just, I guess that too is seductive. Or maybe people want to give to you because, they get such deep feelings for you because of you being in your divine feminine energy. Take what resonates. So, spirit guides of my pile number 2s, may I please look into what people find extremely seductive about them? So, I don't know why Spirit guided me to use this Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, but I'm just going to trust it. We have the Massage card, card number 34. So we have 2 cards, card number 34 here, 34 and 34, which is really interesting. I'm going to search what the number 34 means. And then we have Connect with Fire. And I spoke about volcanoes, and we see fire here. So you could be fiery hot, like to people. Or you could be a fire sign. You could be just very fiery in the way that you are as a person. Like very much embodying that fiery energy of, really having passion for life, of going after your dreams, of finding the excitement and the joy in each moment. That's what the fire element teaches us. I believe each element teaches us something about life. And I guess you're really embodying that fire energy. But as well with the massage card, when we get massages, we are really, allowing that person to touch us and kind of make us relieve some stress within ourselves. And but also massages can be seen as like, a self-care thing, something that can relax us and make us feel good within ourselves. So I guess what I would take from that massage card is when you do things for you, when you allow yourself to spoil yourself by doing things for yourself that make you feel less stressed, that make you feel like you're in that flowy energy, that make you feel even pleasure and like you can just move around and kind of be free, is when you are really, really seductive, because you just give off this energy of being really peaceful and calm and in flow with the universe. I'm feeling sacral chakra energy and solar plexus energy with you. So the solar plexus is all about our self-worth and us believing we're worthy of the things we want. And it's our place of power as well as where we shine out to the world. And then the sacral chakra is all about sexuality and, feelings, as well as our confidence and our connection with our body. But then I'm also feeling root chakra energy with you. So the lower 3 chakras, the root chakra is all about our body and our physicality and our security, our sense of safety. So I feel like when you're really taking care of your mind, body, and soul, and you're doing nice things for yourself that show you're worthy of receiving that from you, even if it's just journaling, even if it's exercising, even if it is doing something that makes you feel good, like painting your nails, I don't know, it can be anything. It makes you in this energy of really believing you're worthy of receiving. And then it puts you in this very magnetic energy where I'm hearing the word juicy, where you're seen as like, your energy is like juicy, if that makes sense. Spirit is showing me a peach. So I don't know if some of you have like a body where You have a nice peach. If you know, you'll know. Let's pull some tarot cards, but I also feel like it's your sense of who you are on a soul level, because you're probably someone that feels things really deeply. And with the re-energized card, I feel like when you're around people, you make them feel free, you make them feel uplifted, you make them feel like they're full of energy because you're someone that is full of energy. And maybe that too is seen as seductive or makes them just even more attracted to you. Oh my gosh, so there is a song by Ariana Grande called 34 plus 35. I just want to see what it is because I'm researching the number 34 and it just showed that, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, in this song she says, I've been drinking coffee and I've been eating healthy. No, I keep it squeaky, saving up my energy. Can you stay up all night? F me till the daylight. Something like that. You drink it just like water. You say it tastes like candy. And I did feel that juicy, sweet vibe from you. And then she's like, baby, you need a seatbelt when I ride it. Okay, so maybe you have that type of energy. Like if you are in a romantic relationship with someone where you have that energy when you're intimate with them. And I guess I'm picking up on like people you've been intimate with in that sense, or a person. So let's just see what the angel number 34 means. It represents new beginnings, growth, and expansion. So I feel with this liberation card being the center of your reading, you are in that energy of really liberating yourself, freeing yourself, and stepping into new beginnings where the sun can come out again, where the sun can rise again, as we see here. And I'm noticing this card next to her. This mermaid is in the deep dark sea, but here the sun is rising, and here, they're in the dark, but there's fire around. I feel like you are that fire in the dark. You're that sunshine in the dark to others. And the way you have healed yourself, the way you have liberated yourself and freed yourself of certain emotions and found your truth through that, you've created certain new beginnings and growth for yourself. And that too is seen as extremely seductive by others. So, what is seen as extremely seductive about my pile twos by others, by people? We have the Page of Wands. It's that ability to stay playful and to just find that in every moment is what I see there with the Page of Wands. Because, this child is playing with a horse and imagining it to be like a real horse. Maybe you have, a strong imagination, and that too is seen as seductive. Like you could have that visionary kind of quality to you. We have the Three of Swords, and I feel like this is you freeing yourself from certain heartaches or pains in the past. We have the Six of Pentacles, and it's about the way you generously give too that is seen as extremely seductive. Because someone that is giving and generous is just beautiful, that energy. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And, we see this teacher, and I guess I would see this as maybe someone's fantasy, because this is not realistic for a teacher to look like this. So maybe you have this type of energy where people fantasize about you in some sense. But with the Hierophant in reverse, I'm kind of picking up on that vibe. Like most of you have given enough time and energy to your healing journey where now you get to give time and energy towards something else, where you've already learned a lot of the lessons you were supposed to learn and find your own wisdom and truth from it. Now you're helping others do the same. But not only that, now you're finding the fire again. Now you're finding the sunshine again, the joys again of life. And I feel like that's pretty important too. So now you're going to a different phase or new beginning of your life where you can focus more on the other things. Okay, at the back of the deck, we have the Justice card. So justice is all about truth. We see another synchronicity here. People could also find you speaking your truth so easily to be seductive, like you just speaking and not trying to worry about like what people think, you know? It's kind of like you just breaking free from thoughts that aren't even real, because like when we're in public and we want to speak about something and then we're scared to be judged or we're scared of this, it is actually putting chains on us and preventing us from really doing what we want to do. And I feel like a lot of you have freed yourself or liberated yourself of that, because when you speak, you just speak your truth. I also feel like some of you have a lot of leadership energies, queen, king energies, and it's like people maybe even see you as like trendsetter. I'm looking at her outfit here and it looks very luxurious, even hers. Some of you could look really good in gold or red, or like orangey, yellowy colors, or pinks, like fiery colors. And something about your skin too. Like your skin looks really radiant and healthy and glowy. And your hair too, because I'm looking at this mermaid's hair and this mermaid's hair. I'm also seeing an energy of you, my pile twos, being like your own best friend, and something about that is seductive too, because there's something about you like being okay with being alone. And of course, we as humans need that community and need that love around us, but it's like you also enjoy your own alone time, and I guess that's something people find sexy. So we're using this vibrant tarot deck because I feel like this is what goes with your energy. May we please look into what people find extremely seductive about my pile twos. I'm looking at the massage card, like maybe people love to touch you or make you feel good too. Like if you have a romantic partner or a partner you're intimate in some way with, or people you're intimate in some way with, they could just love to please you and make you feel good. Like they could find that seductive. We have the Three of Cups. I feel like when you're celebrating with people and you're having fun, that too is seen as seductive, and I feel that in my sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is all about pleasure. Okay, we have the Star card. So you're someone that really shines brightly in the world. And I feel like even when you walk with your friends or if you go out somewhere, there's something about people looking at you, you being that star that everyone sees. We have the Nine of Swords. Maybe some of you have even been healing worries or anxieties, letting go of certain things that prevent you from, with the Death card, feeling that pleasure with the Four of Wands, feeling that joy for life. So similar to pile one in some way, because I spoke about that for them. We have the Empress here, so you have a very Venusian energy too. And I'm noticing a lot of pinks, oranges, yellows. You could look good in those colors, in warm colors. We have the Ace of Pentacles, or you could just have a very warm energy. With the Ace of Pentacles, I'm looking at her nails. Some of you could have gorgeous nails. And I also feel an energy of you being physically attractive, or it's very physically appealing to look at you in some way. But also your growth and how you love, because we have the Queen of Cups here. I feel like you're someone that is really empathetic and nurturing, and yeah, from the beginning I said you're empaths. You also have that ethereal energy to you, that energy of you just connecting to your heart and your emotions so deeply. And I think people find that beautiful. We have the King of Cups too. So also your fashion style could be seen as seductive, and the way you deal with certain challenges in your life. This headstrong energy of like trust within yourself, like I'm going to make it through this. So this is where I'm going to leave off your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Howlite crystal and the Soul Forgiveness card, card number 28, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people find extremely seductive about you. So please be aware there may be some explicit messages in this reading. If you are not over the age of 18, I don't suggest you watch this. So I'm first going to go ahead and add your oracle cards. I have 2 I'm going to take out from all 3 oracle decks, and then I'm going to pull tarot cards on the side as little oracle cards, and then after that I'm going to pull tarot cards. So we're starting out with the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So spirit guides on my pile 3s, what people find extremely seductive about my pile 3s. We have card number 39 with level up, Queen energy, King energy, I love that. And then at the back of the deck we have Joy. Now we're going to be using the messages from Mermaid's Oracle, and as soon as I pulled this Oracle deck I felt throat chakra energies, so we'll see what that is about in a bit. So spirit guides on my pile 3s, what people find extremely seductive about my pile 3s. We have hope, we have gentleness, so there may be some men here watching this reading too, since we have a male mermaid here. And then at the back of the deck we have love. So since I felt throat chakra energies, I feel like maybe you give people hope in the way you speak. Like you could speak in this way, in this very gentle way that kind of gives people hope in general, because I felt your energy feels very pure. It feels very loving. And I want to show you something. So the Aphrodite card fell on the ground, but I'm not even using this oracle deck. So you could seem like you are blessed by Aphrodite herself with infinite beauty, love, sensuality, because that is what she is the goddess of. So very interesting. I feel like just maybe putting it here in place of one of the tarot cards we're going to use. So spirit guides of my pile number 3s, we're now using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. We have this card. I'm not going to say it, but you can see it. Card number 44. I feel like this would be a partner or people you've already been intimate with, or you could have a lot of attractiveness that it makes people feel like they want to be seduced by you in some way, and that it leads to this. So we also have the card Alone Time, card number 2. I love that. And then at the back of the deck we have Connect with Your Womb if you are a woman. So what's interesting is we have connect with your womb here. This is the sacral chakra energies. And here we see water, which is exactly that. And Aphrodite is showing up with orange, which is the sacral chakra energies. So you could have a lot of that sacral chakra energy around you, a lot of that Venusian energy around you, just in your energy field. Because I feel like it's very magnetic. Because you're someone maybe that feels things on a very deep level. The sacral chakra is all about feelings. It's that energy, an element of water, and it is our sensuality. You know, when someone gets wet, that's why it's water. But it's also our point of confidence in ourselves and our connection to our body. So you seem to be very open in your sacral chakra, very magnetic to people, places, and things you want to attract to your manifestations. You're just very magnetic, my pile number threes, and I guess that is seen as seductive. So now we're going to use your small little tarot deck. And you know what I felt in the beginning? I was gonna do pile three and then I dropped my phone on the floor, and I never drop my phone because I'm very careful with my things. And then when I was like, okay, let me just take a 5 minute break. And then I went to the lounge and everything. And then when I was about to do pile three again, I stubbed my toe. So like there's a feeling of people kind of being a little bit clumsy around you. So yeah. We have the devil in reverse. So with the devil in reverse, we see this energy here. But since it is in reverse, you kind of give me this vibe of like, I can't have you, so I want you even more. For some of you. And with this Howlite crystal you chose, you know how I said you remind me of Tyrannus and, you know, almost like an angel's energy. You know, you could have that very angelic energy to you, and then it's like people see that and they find it seductive because it's like, I want to get that devil energy out of you, like, not in a bad way, but like that energy. So we have the Strength card. What people find extremely seductive about my pile threes. And then we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups gives me a dreamy kind of vibe. Some of you are very dreamy. And Six of Cups talks about the past. Some of you could be, you know, the one that got away to a lot of people in your past where they're kind of still missing you, and I guess they're still very attracted to you, but I don't want to talk about that too much. However, what I will say in your energy is it feels very much like you are someone very gentle. It feels very much like you're someone that loves very deeply, but you're also someone that has been through some things in your life with the Six of Cups and the Soul Forgiveness card. And maybe you had to kind of go through your own healing journey, you know, grow in your own sense of your healing journey and your own emotions, and kind of go through your own hermit mode to find yourself again. And some of you have, you know, forgiven people in your past that have hurt you, and it doesn't mean going back to them, but just forgiving them to set yourself free. If you don't relate to that message, it's also okay. But I feel like some of you have forgiven people from your past, or you've healed some aspect of yourself, so you're not holding on to that anymore, and you're kind of moving forward. You're ready to level up and experience what you've been hoping for, your manifestations, the things you do want to receive. And I guess you've been growing, and I think that too, people find that very seductive because they can see you've been working on yourself and you give them a lot of hope, especially people that are on their healing journeys too. They find inspiration from that. So, with your gentle energy, it's like you give people a lot of hope. For kind souls in the world, because I feel like you have a really big heart, my pile number threes, and you have this gentle type of strength to you. You feeling things so deeply is your strength, is your superpower. And I guess people find that very seductive. The lion here is also you finding your power, you finding your strength within that gentleness, within that love. And also, I feel like you've maybe learned to like spending time alone, to like just being by yourself sometimes and kind of like becoming your own best friend. And I guess that too, people really find sexy. But I also feel like some of you have been on a self-love journey. You've been giving to yourself more. You've been letting yourself, you know, dance, do what you need to do, like self-care, as we see here. So like if you want to dance, you're going to go dance. If you want to speak, you want to speak, you know. You're just letting yourself kind of be free with the things you want to do. And when you truly appreciate yourself more and grow in that self-love, that too is seen as seductive and sexy. And the fact that you have a lot of independence, you're reaching a lot of your goals, you're leveling up in your life, you're growing, I think that too people just can't get enough of. I'm also feeling like some of you have beautiful smiles, or you just have a beautiful energy that is too seen as sexy, because it's like you embody this feeling of love, this unconditional love, this gentleness. And I can't really put my finger on it, but that's something people see and admire. Like your energy reminds me of silk. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to be using the Muse Tarot for you. I will say you are so seductive that it may sometimes attract jealousy. I don't know if this is my pile of people that just attract attention everywhere and sometimes like you don't even want it. Yeah, we have the Seven of Wands. But it's like when people see they can't have you, it makes them want you even more. Like I feel like you're my pile of people that have probably rejected a lot of people, but then it's like they want you even more now. I guess like with the Nine of Wands here, as well as the Ace of Wands, you know, some people see it as a challenge, or they see it as maybe like someone playing hard to get, and they see it as a challenge to chase after you. And I guess it makes them want you even more. And I'm looking at these cactuses here. Cactuses are having that protection around them, because if you touch a cactus, those things go in your hand and you know you get hurt. So I feel like it's almost like people see you as, you know, the forbidden fruit, and then they want you even more. And we see so much orange here, sacral chakra energy. You have the Four of Pentacles, so it's like people just want to hold on to you. They kind of get very attached to you, and I guess that attachment they feel, it's like they never want to let go of you. So that's what I see here. And I feel a lot of crown chakra energies with you. So you could be very open in your crown chakra, very, very intuitive and open to the spiritual realms, and that too could be seen as very sexy. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, like the feeling I get is you're so seductive, but maybe you don't see it because we have the Eight of Swords here. Maybe you don't see how many people, you know, compare themselves to you. This card reminds me of comparison. That is how seductive you are. Because I'm even seeing people from your past, right? And like, let's say you have a past lover, or a past person you spoke to, and maybe they still have pictures of you on their phone, or maybe they still think about you or talk to you or look at you on social media. And let's say that person from your past has a new person. That new person is feeling extremely like almost insecure and comparing themselves to you. I'm seeing a situation like that. Like maybe some of you have walked away from a connection and that person still thinks back to you, and the new person is like feeling insecure, which is really sad because I think their lover should not be doing that. But I guess I'm just honoring the messages I see. It's like you're the one that got away to a lot of people, and since they can't have you, now they want you even more. Especially people you've left behind where they've done something wrong. Because the feeling I'm getting, we have the Nine of Cups here. You're exactly everyone's wish come true in a person, in a friendship, in a partner, and you have a lot of qualities and traits people wish to have in terms of, them comparing themselves to you. Like I said, it seems like you've been blessed by Aphrodite herself with a lot of attractiveness. And maybe with the Nine of Cups, you have a lot of things people wish for, like joy, fulfillment, you being on your healing journey. So I feel like on some level, some compare themselves to you, whereas on some level, some find inspiration from you, since I was drawn to using this Muse Tarot. I'm hearing music next door, so we have the Star card. Maybe you are so sexy that it's almost like music to my ears. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I hope that makes sense. With the Star card, you shine brightly. You're seen, you're admired, you're appreciated by others. And it's not one thing I can put my finger on, like physically, if that makes sense. It's everything about you that just shines out. We have the Nine of Pentacles, so you could also be seen as very blessed, having a lot of physical blessings come through as a result of you working towards that and, not giving up on yourself. And that too could be seen as seductive and sexy. Any last messages from my pile number threes about what people find seductive about them? We have the Hermit card. And I think this relates to you being on your healing journey, you being someone very much connected to consciousness, and I'm hearing Christ consciousness for some of you, connected to your intuition, connected to those spiritual realms, healing yourself, that energy. And then we have the Moon card, and I feel like also the way you feel emotions, you have a very lunar energy connected to your intuition, connected to your emotions. And I don't know why, but I keep seeing that, like, people finding that sexy, how deeply you feel. So I think I'm going to leave your reading here in my pile threes. Spirit is kind of just giving me a repeat of the messages I've already said. So I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!